What's good? It's your boy Fanon. All right, I'm going to do a video about a subject I haven't done in a while. It's going to be about Anthony Joshua and something that Sugar Ray Leonard said about him. And in this particular circumstance, I have to tell you that I don't necessarily agree with Sugar Ray Leonard on this. Sugar Ray Leonard says that Anthony Joshua needs to come to America and he needs to be global. And that if what he wants to be is known over there in the UK, then he's doing everything he needs to do. But if he wants to be a global star, then he needs to come to the United States, and that should be the goal that he has. And so I'll go through that in a second. Also, there was something that Eddie Hearn said about Anthony Joshua being able, the fact that Anthony Joshua might fight Alexander Usyk in 2019. And that I find is really funny, man, because it's like Anthony Joshua is the name that Eddie Hearn uses to sell people on just about anything. And I've had people go back, and I've gone back and forth with people about the about this subject before, especially during this week leading up to the Bellew Usyk, and which is honest, man, it's a fight I mean I don't care about, man. I think that there's better fights for Alexander Usyk at cruiserweight, completely separate from Tony Bellew. It's not the Usyk part that I have issue, it's the Bellew part of that equation that I have the issue with. But let me go through what he said, what Sugar Ray Leonard says, and then I'll tell you specifically what I disagree with him about. Sugar Ray Leonard says Joshua must be global, fight in the U.S. Former 5-division world champion and Hall of Famer Sugar Ray Leonard believes Anthony Joshua must go global by fighting in the United States. Joshua holds the WBO, the WBA, and the IBF heavyweight titles. By the way, the source says IBO, but I'm taking that out. These cats keep trying to sell this dude like he got 4 titles. He got 3. The WBO, the WBA, and the IBF, and that's more than enough. That's a lot, right? It's one short of as many as he should have, but they don't need to throw the IBO in there. Anyway, he has exclusively fought in the UK, where he brings massive crowds, like 90,000 in his April 2017 KO win over Vladimir Klitschko at Wembley Stadium in London. Now, this is what Sugar Ray Leonard said. He said, it boils down to what Anthony Joshua wants and what he believes in. You have to ask him the question, what do you want to be? How do you want people to remember you? Do you want to be remembered here or global? I'm sure it's global. In America, they know the name Anthony Joshua, but they have not all seen him. There is a lot of boxing fans, millions of boxing fans, but they have not all seen what he is about yet. Leonard is very impressed with the atmosphere for Joshua's unification victory over Joseph Parker back in March at Principality Stadium in Cardiff, and he wants his fellow Olympic gold medal winner to recreate that type of setting in America. He is going down the right road. America will be the next key. I was in Cardiff for the Parker fight, so I had a taste of the Joshua mania over here before Wembley. They absolutely love him. They support him. And I truly believe he feeds off that. He is getting better and better. He is doing what he is doing over here, but to recreate it in America, that's the key. That is indeed the key and the purpose. Now, I think he's being very nice about Anthony Joshua. And I've said similar things, but Anthony Joshua doesn't need to do that in order to solve that problem. The next key, well, let me rephrase this. The next key is not for him to come over to America and fight. Unless by fighting Deontay Wilder, unless by recreated in America, fighting Deontay Wilder is what you mean, he's not going to get any respect in America. And a guy from the UK coming over and fighting people that nobody really cares about, even the people who know them don't care about, like Jarrell Miller or whoever else would be here if you brought somebody from the UK over here and held it in Las Vegas along with Anthony Joshua, it's still not going to do well. It's not going to get the interest of American fight fans because he's not fighting somebody from America that people want to see him fight. So, in my opinion, where I am with it, Anthony Joshua, nobody should have to try that hard to get somebody to do right or to do what they want you to do. If you have to try that hard, it's time to leave it alone. I can't remember other than Floyd Mayweather Jr., Manny Pacquiao. I have not seen, and even with Floyd Mayweather Jr., Manny Pacquiao, I don't think I ever saw one fighter try as hard as Deontay Wilder tried to get a fight with another champion for an undisputed heavyweight title. So, and to do it so much in the media and in the eyes and the ears of fight fans that are interested in the fight. Now, grant you, there are a lot of casual boxing fans in the United States that aren't really familiar not really familiar with everything that happened. So, there's a chance that might not have rubbed off on them too bad. But I promise you, as soon as Anthony Joshua starts, as soon as he comes to the United States of America, Mexican fight fans, African-American fight fans are all going to be out there calling this dude every type of coward, and who cares? All right, because despite what matchmakers or people who are trying to slick fight fans think, most boxing fans are stupid, and hardcore boxing fans are important. And by ruining your name with the hardcore base of boxing fans, that's where almost every casual boxing fan that I know that has that will watch your occasional pay-per-view or will watch whatever mega fight that comes up, almost every one of them knows somebody in their circle that they rely upon to tell them when a good fight is. Otherwise, they wouldn't. All they would know about the fight was what was put on TV, and they would never know what was coming out of what was happening, who the fighters were before they actually saw the advertisements on television or on the internet now. So, for me, I think that Sugar Ray Leonard is wrong about that. I think Anthony Joshua needs to fight. If he wants to come to the United States, the road is the same as it was before. You have to fight Deontay Wilder. And that could be even if Deontay Wilder lost to Tyson Fury and had a champion and went and had a rematch, still the only person that he could fight over here that anybody would be interested in seeing him fight is Deontay Wilder. Same thing was true of Lennox Lewis. Lennox Lewis had to fight American heavyweights that were of interest. And I don't know if you've noticed this, but even when other fighters go to the UK and they fight in the UK, they almost exclusively fight UK fighters. It's not like Riddick Bowe and Mike Tyson would have went to London to fight each other. If either one of them would have went, it would have been to fight Lennox Lewis, or it would have been to fight Frank Bruno. There'd have to be an American in that equation. So, that's where I disagree with. Sugar Ray Leonard. But at the same time, too, I bet you because Sugar Ray Leonard is one of the most politically correct speaking fighters that are alive. It is almost impossible to get Sugar Ray Leonard to show you Ray Leonard, right? To really show you like his personality. He did it for a little bit with this interview that he put up when he was mad with, God doggone man, it might have been, he was really mad at Anthony, whatever the guy's name is that is in Blackish, Anthony Anderson. And Anthony Anderson cracked some joke on him. And Sugar Ray Leonard called him a bitch and said, don't play. Basically told him he's going to beat him up. if that dude ever acted like that around him again. And they called him a B. So, that's Ray Leonard. And I bet you if Ray Leonard was answering a question about Anthony Joshua, he'd be more straightforward with it, which is, look, this dude needs to fight Deontay Wilder. That shit made him look absolutely terrible in the United States. And you're in the UK. The UK, yeah, it's really good that you got all this mania around you, dude, but you're not making the big money. You can't make the big money unless you come to the United States. And Ray Leonard would know, because Ray Leonard back in the 1980s, 70s, and 80s probably made more money than a little less money, I suppose, than Anthony Joshua's fighting now, 30 years later. But, not much. That's because he's a star in the United States. And when you're a star in the United States, you want to be in boxing, you want to be in a star worldwide. And just repeating the refrain that American boxing is dying doesn't change anything. It's still the case. If American boxing is dying, then why are they so happy to get Canelo Alvarez? Canelo Alvarez is a big fighter in America. He's Mexican, but he's a big fighter in America, right? So anyway, it is what it is. And with that, I'm out. Peace.